Make sure they're GBU 12s or other.
Okay, hold on. So where does which pod and where does it go?
It's a lantern pod, and it's on on the station number 6, I think.
Lightning pod?
Yeah.
Okay. And GBU 12s you want?
Yeah.
Roll left, roll left. Flight controlled. Flight controlled.
Okay, so you know the 3 switches that are like FLIR, LTO/R.
Yep.
You know where those switches are? So that middle switch of those 3 is what we use to turn on the laser. Not that we're going to need it because somebody's going to laser designate for us. But we're going to practice some buddy lasing. So once I land here, I'm just coming in the overhead brake. If you're the guy that's lasing, you need to make sure that switch is on in order for it to work properly. So we're going to make sure that that is selected and...
Sushi, Springfield 3-1, for takeoff.
When we're lasing as the guy lasing, not dropping the bombs. Unless you're doing it all by yourself, then you've obviously got to make sure that switch is on. You need the other switch just to the right of that switch that says LST something or other.
Yeah. And FLR?
Yeah, so you need that. That's going to search for the laser code that we're going to punch in. Alright, while you wait for me to fire up the jet, what you're going to go into is the stores page on either one of the MFDs.
Okay.
You're going to select the 82LG at the top left.
Yep.
In the bottom left, there's a code button. You will click that.
Yep.
On the UFC right in front of you, it'll say code.
Yeah.
Click on that. Yeah, so click on that soft key so it brings up colon. And then you're going to punch in, let me just make sure I've got this code right, 1695, make sure he's the right guy. You're going to punch in 1695. Hit enter.
My 9 key doesn't work.
Mine doesn't either. Okay. Do 1645 then. And hit enter. Then on that left MFD there should be 2 boxes. You'll see 82LG and then underneath that one it'll say 1645.
Yep. Just on the one. I've got 4
just
of them.
on the one. So hit
step,
on the right hand side, yeah, step.
Okay.
And hit enter. Don't hit anything else, just enter. It'll do the codes for you.
Okay, they're all paired up to 1645.
Cool. So the next thing you're going to do is where it says eFuse on the left-hand side of that screen. Click on that.
I just, oh yeah, okay.
And then hit instant for instantaneous.
Yep.
And so the bombs are armed, ready to go. You're going to go on the other side of your monitors to the FLIR page.
Springfield 3-2, Sochi, clear to taxi
I don't have a FLIR page.
Is your FLIR on or on standby mode?
No, now it is.
Okay, so let it warm up. You should be able to go on the FLIR page pretty quick there.
Is it on support or is that on TAC?
It's on TAC.
There it is, okay, it's FLIR. Yep.
And in there, on the right-hand side, it says UFC and then it says code.
Not yet.
Okay, it might need to warm up slightly. Now does it say it by chance?
What's that?
I say, does it say UFC and then code on that right side?
No. It says ND, not timed out.
Oh, okay. So we gotta wait a little. So when it's ready there, it should go to like a whole bunch of settings and all the other stuff, and we'll talk about that before we go. still saying not timed out?
No, now it's up. Sorry.
Okay. No, it's all good. So on the right-hand side, there's that UFC button.
Yep.
Then you're gonna have only one selection here because we don't have the LTD/R switch turned on. Make sure that says 1645. That's what that's key is for in this case, because we don't have the LTD/R switch on. The bombs are gonna search for that code, and our targeting pod's gonna search for that code.
So that code didn't change when I entered it.
The bottom one should have, where it says LST.
LST it did. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that one will. The other one shouldn't, which is good.
Because that's what my laser's putting out is 1688.
Yeah. So we're gonna just quickly talk about the FLIR since you haven't seen it yet. So the FLIR is obviously infrared, or not infrared, white hot, cold hot, all that kind of thing. If you move it down to the bottom one in front of the stick, that will go into like black and white, and you can toggle between the two. The FLIR is used for laser targeting, buddy lasing, and it can be used for air-to-air. It's not the greatest use for air-to-air kind of thing. And like I said earlier, you can laze for yourself to drop bombs, or you can have somebody buddy lasing. Of course, buddy lasing is the more difficult of the two, where self-lasing is pretty easy. To start up the FLIR, there's I think it's the third switch down. It should say VLSCA or something like that. You're going to click on that once. That'll cycle it and put it right in front of your aircraft.
Yep.
And you'll see it come on. And now you can't move it from that position, but it puts it dead in front of as a 0 position. If you click that button again, it now unlocks it, and you can control it by simply selecting that MFD, and then just like your radar,
TDC.
yeah, and select it and move it around. So that's what we're gonna do. When we target something, it'll come up on the HUD with a little diamond shape, and we can slew it around. There's a couple other modes to the FLIR that we'll talk about once we get airborne, but for now, we can roll whenever you are ready, sir.
Okay. And you wanted to swing south, eh?
Yeah, we'll swing south, climb to like 10,000. On that screen, you can see as you slew that targeting pod around, it does. It shows you with a dot of where it's looking relative to the aircraft. And sorry, just gotta do a quick lineup. There we go. And from that, you're able to tell where it is. So if you were to if it's centered right in front of you right now, if you hit your select button, just like you would in air-to-air mode, on your HUD you can see a little diamond shape that is all lined up, right?
Not
On your HUD?
How do I center it again?
Hit the VLCS button.
I see the smoke, but I don't see anything on my HUD.
Okay,
there we
so
go. Now I got a diamond on my HUD.
okay, so that diamond is where that targeting pod is looking. You can use that to slew it around if you aren't quite sure what you're looking at on the FLIR. But that's a good way to figure out kind of where you are looking with that FLIR pod. In the upper left-hand corner of that screen, you'll see wide.
Yeah,
right?
narrow, but zooms it in.
Yeah, exactly. The other way you can do it is zoom in on the left-hand side. There's two arrows on the left-hand side of the screen. If you hit up, you zoom in. If you hit down, you zoom out.
Okay. So now that it's locked, if I turn, is it going to stay locked all the time?
Yeah, it'll stay locked on that point all the time until you deselect it.
Okay. Okay, I've got a tank locked up.
Okay. So let me just reset mine. So come up to about 10,000 feet so we don't take any fire from these tanks.
And I just blocked it.
Yeah, so you won't see anything because the targeting pod can't look behind you, right?
But if I turn around, is it going to find that again automatically?
It'll automatically find it again based off that search pattern, but it can't see anything behind you because of the way the pod's built.
Okay.
So when you're doing lasing, you want to make sure you keep that target in view at all times, whether it's turning to the left or turning to the right, as long as you're kind of orbiting around it. That's the best way to do it. So swing out to the airport. Make sure your master arm is on.
Yeah, air to ground.
And what you're going to do is you will come in and drop a bomb on one of the tanks.
So I understand CCIP. How am I going to know when it's good to drop this bomb?
So it'll come up on the right hand side. There's auto and then it says RLS as you come back inbound.
Yeah.
That's how you're going to know when to drop a bomb. When it's counting down, that means you're getting closer, obviously, to release point.
So when that goes off, I can pickle?
When it's at 5, push and hold it. Push and hold your pickle button. When it gets to 0, it'll automatically drop the bomb for you.
Okay, I'm less than 5 already. It cycled through that already.
Oh, okay. So then it's counting up again? Okay, I've got a target. So as long as your FLIR is somewhere on that red smoke or somewhere near that red smoke, this will work.
Why does my FLIR have to be on for your lace to work?
It's more of a location giving you the countdown for it. So I could even just run in front of you until you drop your bomb in 3, 2, 1, and you can pickle it with not having anything selected, and it'll work just fine. This is just the easier way for you to do it.
And then down again, it's counting down from 76.
Okay, let me know when you drop your bomb.
So, okay.
So you're gonna hit LST as well.
LST.
So on the screen, yeah, and it'll search for a target.
LST on the screen. I don't see LST on the screen.
On the FLIR page.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Yeah, and you'll hit that. It'll search.
Okay, yeah, it picked up. It's got something.
Yeah. So that's what I'm lasing for you.
Okay.
So if I let go, it should still keep it for you, and it'll give you a countdown from what I just lased for you.
Yeah, I got 50, 49, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's gone.
Gone. So pull up slightly, and then watch your bomb as I'm pulling the trigger, lasering it for you. You'll see the bomb start to peak down. And as it picks up that laser code, it starts tracking it. Tracking, 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 and boom, on a tank.
Nice, okay.
Is turn on the LTD button switch, which is in that sensor's portion.
Armed. Yep.
So turn that on. Find a T50 or T90 in that same area.
Okay, just let me turn around here.
Yeah. And the best altitude for it is probably about 22,000 feet or so.
Find another tank. There's one.
Cool. So once you've got that one, what you're going to do is in the upper right-hand corner, there's a trig selection now.
Yep.
You're going to click that button so that when you pull the trigger, it's not going to shoot your gun, it's going to shoot the laser.
Okay.
So that when I come inbound and then start attacking the target,
How do I know what code I'm shooting?
It's whatever it says on the LST there.
LC
Oh,
is 146.
hold on. No, I am wrong. My apologies. So you're going to go into the UFC where it says code again.
Yeah.
Now you've got a second option. It says LTDC.
Yeah.
Click on that.
And
That's the code you're going to shoot. Okay, so change that to 1645
Okay. Done.
and hit enter. Now both should say 1645. So where it says LST and then the code should say 1645. Cool. I will just change mine so I don't fuck this up.
Okay.
Okay.
I got that tank still.
Okay, so as long as you're locked on that tank, I will swing inbound, flick that off, and you will pull the trigger
When?
now, so I can lock up the
Okay, trigger's pulled.
target. Okay, I've got that. Okay, I'm inbound. So now you can let go of the trigger
Okay.
for now. And I will count you down to when I release. And then I will call you for that trigger again. Well, you basically call the trigger again.
Okay.
30 seconds to release. And you've got to make sure that you're still able to keep that tank in view at all times.
Okay, I'll try.
Ten seconds to release. Pickle.
Okay. Let me know.
And start lasing.
Lasing.
It's acquired, it's tracking. Tracking, tracking, tracking. Tracking. Shack.
Nice hit.
Cool. So that's buddy lasing in a nutshell.
Okay.
To do it yourself, you will deselect the trigger.
Okay.
As long as everything's set up, go find another tank.
Okay, got one.
Okay, and then just run in on it.
Drop and then hold the trigger.
No, don't even have to hold the trigger. It'll
Really?
automatically laze for you, yeah.
Okay. 10. Bombs off.
Cool, so now it'll count down till the laser.
Okay.
As long as that LTD/R is turned on. If it's not, turn it on right now.
Yeah, it is.
So it should say 28 laser or whatever. Or time 2 laser.
Yeah, laser in 3 seconds.
Okay, so then it'll auto laze for you and it'll flash the LTDR.
Time to impact. 6, 5,
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And
Shack. Okay.
boom. And that's how you auto do it for yourself.